You may know me as Sakina Spruell, or you may know me as the Keeping It Rich chick. I wear many hats, but they all revolve around one thing: money. You've probably seen me in Ebony, Black Enterprise, Essence, CNN, Fortune Small Business. You name it. If the story was about black people and money, Sakina was involved.
Yes.
So, with whatever amount of money you are making, what are you doing to budget it and make sure you keep it and don't blow it all on the first season?
That's a really good question. And I'll tell you what I'm doing with all my money. Virtually all of my money is going back. I'm investing back into myself. I'm doubling down on myself.
Okay.
It's a huge bet that may not pay off. But
Okay.
you just talked about the It's Complicated tour, right?
Right.
That's being bankrolled in part by the Oprah Winfrey Network, which we appreciate. They're sponsors.
Okay.
We have other sponsors, Penguin, which is my book publisher, Gotham.
Nice.
But a vast majority of it, I'm paying for it out of my pocket.
Okay.
Now, why am I doing that? Because I'm betting on myself.
Right.
And I think that is the key. Like, that's the key to winning, is that if you don't bet on yourself, why would anyone else bet on you?
Exactly.
So the majority of my money, and I say it's really my and my wife's money,
Right.
and she's actually the CFO.
Oh, okay, nice. I should be talking to her. Because someone get Mrs. Brunson in here.
But yeah, she's the CFO, and so we're taking all of our money and we're really reinvesting it back into our business.
That is very smart. I do commend you for that. And like I often say, people need to pay themselves first. When you first get your first paycheck, when you get any paycheck, you know, you take 10% off, 20% off, put it in a savings account, or,
Right.
you know, put it towards something that you know you need to do because you work for it. And so in essence, you're basically paying yourself first with everything you're making from Oprah to reinvest in yourself.
Right.
So you're not paying the Lamborghini dealer or, you know, the boss suit maker. You are paying Paul Brunson's future and brand.
Yeah, and a couple of things on that, which is really interesting, is you said Hugo Boss, which that's my suit actually, is Hugo Boss.
Oh, look at this. I'm getting savvy on fashion.
And you know, I got this suit from Hugo Boss Georgetown. Shout out to my man, Sammy, Hugo Boss Georgetown.
Okay.
We went in and negotiated with them, and now I get 30 to 40% off of everything I buy from Hugo Boss.
Oh.
Yeah, so severely discounted, right? You talk about Lamborghini. A lot of people don't know this, but I don't even have a car.
You don't have
I don't have a car.
Are we still taking? You don't have a car?
I don't have a car. I sold my car.
Okay.
I sold my car.
What was that about? That's a great Keeping It Rich tip.
I sold my car initially because I was trying to raise money for our business.
Okay.
So what happened, just to go back, is that when I started matchmaking, I quit my job. I had a nonprofit, but I also had a full-time job, but I quit that. My wife then, when she came on full-time, and no one knows this is the first time I've ever said this,
Okay.
is that we took all of our savings and we liquidated at least half of our 401k to go into, to start our business.
Okay.
It was major risk. We sold lots of stuff, including in that was my car that I sold.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now what did you need all this startup money for?
Startup capital, I think, is the number one, is like the Achilles heel in businesses.
Okay.
I think most businesses fail out the jump, right, out the gate, because they don't have appropriate capital. You need capital for many things: capital for marketing, capital for collateral, capital for overhead.
Okay.
You need capital to run a business. You can't run a business without capital. So we were able to basically raise capital by selling off assets, if you will, right, and liquidating some of our 401k, and then we used that money for literally a year and a half. So we weren't generating any money for the first year and a half of our business.
And you were actually living off of the money that you had liquidated, and plus you were investing in, I guess, your marketing, your website, whatever, travel,
people,
meeting people, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's a really good tip. That is a really good tip, because a lot of times people can look at it and say, well, the business is you. You're the brand, so what do you need money for? Because when you think of a business, I know a lot of times we think about, you know, a nut maker or something, like, you know, I'm making nuts and bolts for a car, and so I need the money to send to China to have something manufactured.
Right.
And it's like, well, Paul, you weren't manufacturing little mini U's, so what in the world were you doing with the money?
Yeah, and the key is really it's about marketing, because ultimately we're all a brand, whether we are an entity,
Right.
or individual. We're a brand. Everyone's a brand, and you can have an idea, But the ideas that win are the ideas that can speak loudest and most often.
Okay.
And what that is that's about marketing. And so you need marketing dollars. Every business needs marketing dollars. Also, every business needs R&D, research and development.
Okay.
For me, my research and development was really about going out. So I actually went to every matchmaking conference. I read hundreds of books,
Yes,
right?
I saw that.
I went to a life coaching class, and that cost money, right? Research and development, R&D.
Got you, and you didn't whine and complain over it because you were prepared for it in the front end. So you didn't get to the point where you go, oh, that conference is $500, because you realize this is really helping my business.
Exactly.
You need to pay conference fees. So that's very smart. That's definitely a brilliant move.
Yeah. Well, it was risk, though.
Well, yeah, well, it paid off. So, high five.
Oh, thank you.
High five to you.
We're still hustling, though. We're still hustling.
Okay, Paul. He just doesn't want his relatives calling right now to ask for money. Hugo Boss suits. Everybody gonna be like, Paul, could you hook a brother?
Off. They're 30–40% off.
But for your size, right? So like your big cousins can't start calling going, yo, Paul, you got that discount? Could you give me like a 48? You can't do that, right?
Nah.
Okay.
Can't do it.
But that's great. So I mean, I'm hearing how you're keeping it rich, how you're looking good, you're still wearing Hugo Boss, but you're not paying a fortune.
Right.
You're not riding around in a Lamborghini. You actually sold the car and have not bought a car. You're making Oprah money and you have not bought a new car.
No.
I'm loving it.
My family, we own one car. It is a used minivan.
Oh, well, that's nice.
See?
Well, my cars are used too. I'm really big, but I just slipped and just said cars, plural.
Oh, I heard it. My cars. I heard that.
Yeah.
How you keeping it rich with cars?
Look.
Plural.
They're paid for. They don't have any car notes, and they're used.
Is
And
it like
they
18?
both have like 100,000 miles on them at this point.
18?
No, I have two cars. I have a convertible for the summer, which is a 2002 Saab, and I have a 2006 Jeep because, you know, kids need space.
Yeah, I like that.
And it makes sense.
Jeep, Saab.
They both have like a lot of miles on them, and I pay for them in cash. I'm not big on car notes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I haven't had car notes since probably my first college experience where I had 24% interest because my credit was jacked up. So I learned the hard way on that one. So yeah.
Not a good thing.
They're not. I cannot promise to pay anybody every week because I have not promised to get a paycheck every week. So you better get your money from me now while I'm at the dealership.